Hi, everybody. My name is Angela Marino, and today I'm going to be presenting a case study from Case Studies in Strategic Communication, the journal. I've chosen exclusive and aspirational teen retailer Brandy Melville uses the country club approach to brand promotion by Sarah Vanslett and Damien Waymer. First up, Vanslett and Waymer gave us an introduction to the teen fashion industry in the 21st century. Maybe a lot of us would remember going into malls and we would see the legacy brands like Abercrombie and Fitch, Hollister, Aeropostale, American Eagle. And these types of brands sold branded clothing, and they had an immersive in-store experiences that would tie in things like exclusive scents and the same sort of modeling, modeling pictures on all their gift cards and bags and in their windows. And that sort of faded out after a little while, and they attribute the decline in legacy brand popularity for about 5 reasons. First, teens today tend to prefer individualism over branded clothing, so they're not likely to go for the one size fits all approach. Whoops. We'll see that sort of isn't true. Up next, the fast fashion trends and price points. They tend to go for things that are trendy and cheap. And also, number 3, malls have declined in popularity. They're not really hangout spots for teenagers anymore. They tend to want to spend their money on electronics and experiences and eating out rather than clothes these days. And lastly, athleisure is a very popular trend. Teens are more likely to buy from places like Athleta or something like that, where they can wear their clothes in more comfortable settings. However, the canary in the coal mine has been Zara, a fast fashion brand that appeared in malls, and it spends very little on advertising. So if you've been to a mall and you'd seen a Zara and it's packed with people and you have no idea what it is, I know that happened to me. It's probably the first case of a fast fashion brand retailer that has sort of grabbed a lot of teens' attention. After this, Vanslett and Waymer, they gave us a background on Brandy Melville itself. It's an Italian clothing retailer that opened up very couple stores in the U.S., about 18 stores, according to the article when it was written in 2016. And it sells mostly Californian or bohemian-style clothing, and it does it at a fast fashion price. So trendy clothing, cute clothing at an inexpensive price point, which we know is something that teens look for these days. However, one interesting thing about Brandy Melville is that they sell one-size-fits-all clothes, and that means they are rejecting a large group of female customers. And here we have an especially important quote from the article that I think really highlights the approach that Brandy Melville is taking. Brandy Melville does not advertise. It has opted for a social media-based strategy that relies upon the online images of a group of strategically selected young, white, skinny, and long-legged girls that the company calls Brandy Girls. Its social media-only strategy and its one-size-fits-all strategy are both considered revolutionary in the retail market. Brandy Melville is targeting the specific thing that we all sort of feel, which is brand consumption as a means of identity. So brand consumption is a way for consumers to express themselves and present themselves into the world, just like it used to be that wearing an Aeropostale shirt would link you to Aeropostale and be part of their community. Brandy Melville does the same thing with their exclusional and aspirational marketing here. And it's a way for a consumer to perform his or her brand identity. And Brandy Melville, since it exclusively communicates through social media, you might expect that because it has such an exclusive and exclusionary philosophy for its sales, you might expect that it had some sort of risk to its reputation. However, all they've done is generate conversation, facilitated their brand positioning, and maintained brand sustenance on places like Instagram especially. So using these two strategies of brand exclusivity through one-size-fits-all clothing and these aspirational models on social media, they've been able to capitalize on social media as opposed to facing any backlash because of their exclusionary practices. Their first strategy for their communication is that they go with a one-size-fits-most approach. This picture is from one of their stores. They actually have the sign, one size fits most. And most of their clothing is going to be from sizes 0 to 2. And their target demographic is going to be 15 to 25-year-old girls. And people consider this controversial because this is a group of people who may be more inclined to want to lose weight. So, saying that their clothes fit most people when this is probably not actually true is a bit of that's what creates that exclusionary philosophy in their communications. Strategy 2 is they advertise through Instagram primarily. They don't have any official records. Nobody from the company really speaks out through official means. Instead, they scout for it girls who are shopping in their stores. They hire them and then they promote them on social media. They generate followers and more buzz about them, and then that's how they spread awareness. This is an example of some of the brandy girls, the it girls that they've scouted from their stores who are shopping, who then turn into these social media models and influencers. And their sales and their marketing popularity is what Van Slet and Waymer consider proof of their marketing success. So even though critics warn of the exclusion and damaging effects of the marketing strategy on these particularly vulnerable populations, Brandy Melville does fine for some reason, because they have created this country club approach to brand identity. So as Van Slet and Waymer discuss, the success attributed to marketing their brand exclusive and aspirational, the country club approach, is what makes Brandy Melville so successful. They use Instagram to increase brand awareness. They improve their reputation. They increase sales. They generate conversation, and they facilitate their positioning. They don't have a lot of conflict about whether or not they're doing anything ethically wrong or anything like that. People want to be brandy girls, at least at the time of the article's writing. So by sharing these photos and tagging Brandy Melville whenever you go into the store, you shop, and you find something that fits, you can put it on and you can take your pictures, or you can associate yourselves with the brand. A consumer can identify themselves with this exclusive group who can fit into Brandy Melville's clothing. And research has shown that a high rejection rate for a selective organization can boost organizational identification for non-members. So you want to be able to join because they're rejecting you. You want it even more. So when you feel socially excluded, you want to consume strategically in order to belong. And once again, we have a particularly insightful quote from the article. When an organization or brand caters only to a select few, to beautiful people only, to rich people only, it rejects a wide swath of people. This rejection can actually strengthen the desire among those rejected to affiliate with the brand. So in Brandy Melville's case, we have a rejection philosophy that generates the idea that people want to belong. And so the controversy in this case is that fostering this feeling of needing to belong to a particularly aspirational brand that only wants a certain type of person is sort of the controversy that generates a little bit more buzz, at least these days, on social media. Once again, this article was written in 2016, and there wasn't that much of a backlash to Brandy Melville yet. I remember there being some a couple years ago. But yeah, that's the Instagram generation for you. I'm not particularly on it. So anyway, here's my reference. Once again, I presented on the exclusive and aspirational teen retailer Brandy Melville uses the country club approach to brand promotion from the Journal of Case Studies in Strategic Communication. And I'd like to thank you so much for your time, and I hope you all have a wonderful holiday. Thanks.